All right, ladies, why don't you share to the rest of the class what we're talking about? Kathy Helbig from the Kathy Helbig Group, and Kelly Jackson and McGraw Millhaven here on the Big 550 KTRS, KathyHelbigGroup.com. Good morning, Kathy.
Good morning.
What are we talking about?
We're talking about some hot topics on the mouths of buyers right now.
Yes.
So one question people ask me all the time is, how many homes do you think we should look at before we make an offer on one? And actually, the statistic on that is quite shocking because everybody shops online first. That number is 9 is the average. So I remember the days when I would put people in the car and show them 50 to 100 houses.
Oh my goodness.
Before they would buy a house. So 9 is the magic number for the average.
Right.
Another big one is, can I buy a home when I have to sell my home right now too? That one's a big one, and that one's a really tough one to tackle in this market. So if you do think you're planning on, you're hot and heavy looking at houses, and then you go, oh yeah, by the way, I need to sell my house before I can buy this one, that's going to cause a big in the deal, because most of the time these houses that are coming on the market are going to have more than one person interested in it, and if you've got a home sale contingency attached to your contract, you're probably not the guy that's going to win. So you need to call us and get us in. We'll talk about strategies. There are ways to work with you and get you into the houses that you need, but we got to sit down and break down everything that's going on with you and look at your particular situations to figure out how to make that happen for you. Another one is, well, how much money do you think the seller will take off on this house? We hear that all the time. The answer is right now, depending on when it came on the market, what area of town, it might be a big fat nothing.
How much
it
are you
might
planning
be how
on
much more can you pay the seller to get into that house?
Right. You should ask the question, how much are you willing to take off the price of your house when you sell it?
Exactly. So the deal is, it's not a negotiable market unless the house has been on the market for a little while. So there are some out there that missed the price when they came on, that didn't do some of the updates that they should have done, so they've got days on the market attached. Those type of sellers sometimes will negotiate the offer.
Right.
So the average in St. Louis right now is about 98%. So
98% of listing price.
Of listing price is what the average is. So think about it. That's really going to change in the different pockets, because there's parts of Kirkwood and Webster,
Right.
and that's going for 104% or more of the asking price. Can I make an offer before I see the house? Everybody's really desperate right now to get into housing, so they're trying to think they're getting tricky. And so they'll be like, well, I know that house. It's my neighbor's friend's house, and I've seen the pictures, or I've been there before at a party, or, you know what, I'm just an out-of-towner, and I'm willing to put a contract down because guess what? If I don't like it when I do inspections, I can cancel.
Right.
So that's a big one that people are trying to pull off right now. And the answer usually is, if you have an agent that's worth their salt at all, they would say, absolutely not.
Really?
We're not going to take an offer sight unseen, because, as the next question is, can I get out of a contract once I've gone under contract? And the answer is absolutely. If there is the regular building inspection clauses in there, in Missouri, every buyer has a 10-day period that is automatic, that has a buyer's remorse clause attached to it. So all you have to do is do a home inspection, and there can be absolutely nothing wrong with the house, but one of the options for the buyer is, I hereby terminate this contract and get my earnest money back. You don't even lose your earnest money. So people are running around going, hey, I'll placehold these houses for $200, $300 for the cost of a building inspection.
If you have a seller's agent, they won't do it.
If you have a house that you make an offer on,
right,
and you do it sight unseen, or anybody goes in, you have a 10-day period to do all your inspections.
Right, but you're saying the agent for the seller, that's a bad idea to sell it to some. Right.
Absolutely.
But the buyer's agent doesn't mind.
If the buyer agent gets the listing agent to do that, kudos to them.
Gotcha. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then lastly, how long should I expect before closing? Typically, right now, you're seeing 30 to 45 days is a normal closing. Okay. 30 is a little tight. 45 days is about norm.
Good stuff today.
Wow.
Really
That's
juicy
and
stuff.
be on the lookout for house hunters. One of our girls and our buyers are in town filming right now. Put your binoculars on today, people.
House
Exciting.
Hunters season number 92.
Exactly. Exactly.
KathyHelbigGroup.com. That's how you see her online. 314-276-SOLD. Call her. She's the best. Her team will help you every step of the way. KathyHelbigGroup.com. Good stuff. Thanks.